Now, this guy said he saw the video. Now, we don't know how truthful this is, but I've heard a couple of people say that they saw the video and what they described. So let's take a look at this.
But those cameras, the one that they're showing is the one that's right to the right of 50 yard.
Right.
So it's directly showing where Karmelo and them were.
Okay.
So you actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain, or
yeah, it was still rain.
Right.
So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain. Then it started raining again. Then it was.
So he said that day they were under a tornado watch and a thunderstorm warning. They had some light rain, and then it started raining again.
Okay. So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already. And so during that time, when that happened, the twins, their two buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school, coming walking back up. On the video, you see those four that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past. Right. The other 4 went and they surrounded Karmelo. If you're Karmelo,
and they showed it on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see him walk.
I'm gonna say little stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
So he says 4 of them walked up and they surrounded him. So what Lauren was saying, he could have ran if he's surrounded. It didn't look like he had a way to run unless he did something to be able to get loose.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss everything.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here, there are 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have.
So if what he's saying is true, they told him to watch this part because those 4 are coming up.
Have no way to be confused that it's those 4.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround them, and it's an immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause. Then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump.
Yeah, it wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But the same.
So from what he's saying, is the 2 twins jumped them, or what it looked like on the video. One guy pushed them, and then the other twin punched him or hit him.
So it's more than the twins that got some licks on them. So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you have Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking, kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have a fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get to it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Karmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, but they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell, and that's when they realized he was gone. So they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to chase him too. Grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him, and that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all 3 of them were chasing him. But Karmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmelo's out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting when he did it. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video, and that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him, because it was unwanted. By your own definition in your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the, not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from from Fox and kind of airbrushed it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out.
So, with that being said, if what he says is true, this is a clear-cut case of self-defense. So, I think the defense takes over tomorrow, and we'll go through some of the testimonies in the next video I do from the prosecution and some of the contradictions that I heard within that particular, with a lot of those witnesses. And then we'll get into what's going on with the defense. But if this is true, this is a clear-cut case.
But those cameras, the one that they're showing,
it's a clear-cut case of self-defense.
Now we way up, count it up to the day up. Real ones never change up. We just stack it, get our weight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.